Right.
Tourist, tuck your pearls and blow a kiss.
Oh, look at that. She knows what's going on.
What's going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And this is Fred Lenard, subprime hero.
And we are Brewing Solutions at DriveCentric headquarters with the one,
the only
Elyse Delaney.
That's right.
What's
Let's have some fun. I'm excited. You are the internet sales manager at Frank Leta. I got it right. Frank Leta Honda, and man, you are leading the way. You're here. You're getting educated, empowered, encouraged to go out and just be better. What is the biggest thing that drew you here?
Honestly, just getting more in depth with the CRM with DriveCentric. I met one of my personal heroes today, Jonathan Dawson, which is super, super exciting.
That is cool.
Didn't know he was going to be here. I live and breathe by psychology.
Wow.
So truly meeting him was really an honor. Jonathan Dawson, look him up. Follow him on all the socials.
Yeah, he's been on our show. He's been a guest. We were there when he opened his Pinnacle training center, which was amazing. We got to be there and got to speak there, but just got to be part of that environment. So yeah, a lot of love to him. Shout out to you, my friend. Psychology is amazing, y'all.
Sign up for it. I'm not sponsored by psychology.
No, but she knows. She believes. That's right. So that's great.
But yeah, so we're over here brewing, and we're over by the coffee section and just enjoying some lunch. We're talking about all the fun that you are enjoying inside of your role and what it is that you're doing. Tell us a little bit more, because we're here in the headquarters of DriveCentric, and this is like beyond what you would have imagined inside of a technology company that does the things that it does. But then when you're here, and then you see it, and you're like, you know what? It does make sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Right? So what is it that you have been starting to see from your vantage point, right? From the internet sales management role, how has DriveCentric been something that's been a helpmate inside of a tool for the dealership to activate better engagement with the customers?
Sure. So I've worked with a couple different CRMs, couple different client management tools.
Awesome.
And this one has by far been the best. And I have to probably chalk it up to the way that DriveCentric treats their employees. I'm looking around, I'm seeing a couple pinball machines, I'm seeing some bags upstairs, I'm seeing a pool table. But whenever I reach out to DriveCentric being like, hey guys, I got an issue, I can't merge a deal, I got to unwind a deal, can you guys help me? Other CRMs that I've used in the past, I usually get a bot, I get an email response, we'll get back to you XYZ time. DriveCentric is on it, like immediately. There's one guy that I work with pretty regularly. His name is David. Shout out, David.
What up, David?
What up, David? And even if he's on lunch, I'll be like, hey, is David around? They're like, no, he's on lunch, Elyse. So like, just let me know when David gets back. Right. And he's like the gift king. He's just awesome. And I really think it has to do with the way DriveCentric treats their employees. It's really awesome.
Wow. Which in turn makes them treat their customers the same.
Exactly.
When you give love, they tend to give more love. And that's something special. That's a synergy that's very hard to put into a business in today's world. Actually, it's really not that hard.
It's really not.
It's just that a lot of businesses don't do that. And I don't know why. Maybe we're stuck in our old ways, but what you're saying there is so true. There's a culture that needs to be developed. And when you start with your people and you really get the processes and the people and the product that are all loving it, and when they love something like that, they're just going to share love.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It's powerful. And that's something, yes, no doubt, DriveCentric has it. It's not just the building, folks. We got into this building. You probably see a lot of our posts of all these cool hallways and these cool meeting rooms and pickleball rooms and kitchens and, like pinball. You got hockey thing. You got pool tables. You got everything you could imagine. They even got a beer tap. Just saying. They have everything you can imagine, but you take away all that, even if they had a different building, they would still be successful because they have good people. And that's really where it begins. But they give the environment for their people because they're good people. So they made it even better. So it amplified it 10 times it, right? That's some big time stuff. So that's amazing.
Yeah, whenever you think about like wanting to, I don't think I would ever leave the car industry, but if I'm interacting with a CRM, if I'm interacting with a call review type of company, anything like that, if I ever wanted to leave the industry, I'm always going to look at something to where the company treats their employees. So like even before I saw what the inside of DriveCentric looked like, I was like, I could probably work with DriveCentric. Pretty cool.
I would
Pretty
say so.
cool.
The Live with Drive guy,
Yeah.
Steve, is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I love that guy. I've known him for a little while now, and I've always enjoyed every
Steve's the
interaction.
hair, right?
Yeah, Steve
Yeah.
is the hair
Yeah.
guy.
Steve with the hair.
Right. It's important. Speaking of that, what brought you into automotive industry?
I first started in automotive back in 2015.
Okay.
I had recently moved. I graduated from Mizzou. Shout out Tigers.
Yeah.
And moved back to Massachusetts. Was doing like a Barnes and Noble kind of children's department manager thing. Wanted something a little bit more stable. So I found a receptionist job at a Mercedes dealership. I was there in that position for 2 months. And they're like, Elyse, you've got some great phone voice. You interact with clients really, really well.
Phenomenal.
Why don't you go ahead and try internet sales, BDC kind of stuff. So ever since then, I've just been doing it. Yeah, I've just gone from Mercedes to Nissan to
That's what I'm
Ford.
talking
Now I'm
about.
at Honda. Loving Honda.
All some great brands.
Yeah.
Your
That's
energy, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine, with you on the phone, if you speak like this on the phone, there's no doubt you do a great job.
Well, thank you very much.
But
Thank
but
you.
just even in person, I mean, I can't imagine when people actually get to meet you in person, it's even more. You get the more feeling of that. So I'm glad that we got to meet you in person. I'm glad you're here.
We've been
doing this
talking to you
with
for
us.
1 minute and we need to get you on the show.
Yeah,
Right
no
now.
doubt.
I love
You,
it. I love
you
talking.
definitely have a personality that sticks out, and it's not just the voice, it's you, and I love that. Your confidence exudes, and I know that sometimes the confidence comes from something. So obviously you've done your job really well, and you know it, right? So you know that you got a little swag in there.
Heck yeah.
But you also know that you have a good company that supports your job, like
Yes.
a company like DriveCentric. So can you have an example of how, besides a solution getting fixed on like their software, something for your customer, a solution that this helps you be able to get further along the line, whether it was something you did or somebody on your team did, that this DriveCentric helped you with?
Just really making sure that, because there was an instance where we had a mom and a daughter, but none of the contact information matched. The last names were different, the emails, everything was different, and we just couldn't find the ways to merge the two, I guess. And it was getting frustrating for both the mom and the daughter, because the mom was in a nursing home, but trying to help her daughter try to buy a new car, all this kind of stuff. So rather than it be frustrating across the board for everyone, DriveCentric was able to like get in there and be like, oh, this is why these two aren't merging. It's because the late husband was on the original deal and we couldn't merge the two. So ultimately they merged the two, and it was smooth sailing from that point.
I love
And we
that.
sold the
Awesome.
car. And
That's
we
awesome.
sold the car.
That's it.
Communication.
But the way that they did that, they did that without any grief. They get very active as soon as possible. Of course, if it's midnight, the odds of them being active is very low. But if it's during business hours, they're going to take care of that, because they want you to have a good, seamless interaction with your customer. Even if it's just that one customer, they want every customer to have that, especially for your sales pro. It's so important, because when we get somebody upset because of the way that we use our tools, it could be very discouraging for somebody, especially somebody who's just started using DriveCentric. They could be like, this doesn't work. Right. But at the end of the day, it does work, and it works extremely well.
Yeah.
And what's cool is that if they find any type of little glitch, or if they find something that's causing your customer to not have the pathway that they want, they're going to make sure that it gets done that way. Very key. Have you been using any of the AI that they're using right now or any of that yet?
We have our AI. Her name is Madison.
Oh,
Shout out
nice.
Madison. We
Madison.
love her.
Madison.
Madison
Shout
Leta.
out Madison.
Sometimes people will chime in being like, because Frank Leta has been around for like 60 plus years within the St. Louis area. And they'll say, oh, I'm friends with Frank Leta. I go to church with Frank Leta. I didn't know he had a granddaughter named Madison. We're like, no, long lost
Gotcha.
granddaughter. It's
Gotcha.
fine.
Wow.
It's fine.
It is. It's technically his granddaughter.
Great granddaughter, maybe, who knows? But one thing I learned today was Genius X, I think it was what it's called. I'm
Yeah.
really sorry if I'm butchering what that is. But to where it's even more in depth. Right now, our AI just kind of does, hey, the car's available. When do you want to come in? Rather than, there was one example that I saw, and it was overnight. And the client had responded saying, hey, I want to come check out this car, but what are the monthly payments? And
And the
immediately,
payments range for them already.
not even a range,
That
it was
was
exact.
Ashley's presentation, and Ashley, she was with the Walzer Group for many years, and now she's down in Texas implementing this at a different store, a group down there, and she's doing an amazing job. But yeah, that's how it works. Literally 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, the biggest grief that most customers have is I can't get the information I want.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that
Then I
even
want it,
without the
right.
human element being there to calculate it, it's so fast that I said, here you go. And the person, the actual customer was surprised, like, I can't believe how fast that was. That's impressive. It is, because it really is that impressive. But you know what's funny? It's true that a computer can calculate that faster than we can. So why not let them?
Yeah.
Right.
Especially in a world of instant gratification. I know I'm waiting on a pair of leggings to come in. I ordered Tuesday or I ordered Sunday, and I'm like, all right, where are my leggings at?
That's
Where are
so
they at?
true.
I got to get them in
That's
time
so
for the
true.
Barbie movie.
That
Like,
is
let's
so
go.
good. Barbie movie. Oh,
So
my God.
whenever you
I
have an
swear,
AI,
every girl that was a little girl back in the day wants to see that movie now.
I didn't even have Barbies growing up. I'm
But
just
you gotta
excited
see
for
it.
Margot Robbie
She's
and
pretty awesome.
Ryan Gosling.
Oh, hello.
Gotta do it. Gotta do
She
it.
said Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
Gotta
why
do it.
not? And apparently the soundtrack's gonna be really good. But now I'm
No.
going on a tangent.
There's no other. I mean, there's a lot of vibe about it to the point where my wife wants to watch this movie so bad. Like she's like, it's such like, I can't believe it's coming out. Can't wait. I think all her friends are gonna go watch it. So.
I went and got Barbie shirts.
Wow.
Again, I'm not a Barbie stan. I'm just excited for this movie. And then Oppenheimer comes out on Friday, so I'm gonna go see that with my
Wow.
husband. I got a whole weekend playing a movie.
That's
Wow,
really
that's
awesome.
awesome. That's heck yeah. Well,
Heck yeah.
we're like feeling like we're in a movie right now. I mean, I really feel like we're inside of a feature that is just highlighting everybody coming together, all these dealers from all over the place.
Yeah.
Coming together inside of this Disneyland of fun for a technology company.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, one, it is fun. We got to make this fun. If it's not fun, we're not doing it right, right? You're not doing it right if you're not having fun. And recognizing that, let's talk about some of the things that may not be so much fun,
Okay.
like switching CRMs.
Yeah.
Going from one way that you're doing things to then flipping over. Were you ever part of a transition from one CRM to another?
I was never really a part of that, but I was a part of getting rid of a BDC and having sales guys do leads. So that was a huge type of like, just a huge transition across the board to where I had a team of 4 people and myself. And
Wow.
then now I have a team of 13 people and myself, and like constantly making sure that the deals are getting done, the clients are getting followed up with, the customers' questions are getting answered. So that's always been my big, like, I guess, obstacle I've ever really had.
Okay.
Huge help with
well,
DriveCentric.
awesome. Awesome. So,
Huge help.
so with that,
Amen.
and recognizing from where you've been and the CRM systems that you used before, and then jumping in with DriveCentric, what would you say to somebody out that is teetering on, man, I don't want to have to retrain everybody. I don't want to have to go through the headache of switching over. What would you say to anybody that would even consider getting in their own way of making the progression away from what they're doing to somebody from like DriveCentric?
DriveCentric is there to help you. They're here to guide you. They're here to not necessarily make your processes better, but make them just more client driven, just more helpful all across the board. And they're just immediately there to just help. It's insane with how quick the responses to everything are.
That's why you make the changes, because it helps, right? Folks, this is why you want to find solutions. This is why you're looking for tools to help you out, because they should make your life easier and more fun and adaptable to you,
Yeah.
right? You can set up the way that you want to see things, the way that you want to do it. You can do it your way, right?
That's
I mean,
right.
If you want to have it that way, you can. And we absolutely love our friends over in Michigan, the Sisters of Savings, who are doing it their way, and they are loving some DriveCentric. You're going to see a little bit of live footage of them real time working through DriveCentric in their CRM inside of this fun video of these ladies that are doing it their way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Haas and Beff Incorporated.
We're gonna do it. Give us any chance, we'll take it. Read us any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. Nothing's gonna turn us back now. Straight ahead and on the track now. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. There is nothing we won't try. Never heard the word impossible this time. There's no stopping us. We're gonna do it. On your mark, get set and go now. Got a dream and we just know now. We're gonna make that dream come true. And we'll do it our way, yes, our way. Make our dreams come true. And we'll do it our way, yes, our way. Make our dreams come true. For me and you.
You guys could
Thank
stand
you
Lee
so
in this
much,
video.
Sisters of Savings, for being
awesome.
able to help put together that incredible
Wow.
nostalgic
So much fun.
video. It was so fun to do. What do you think about sisters like that are able to just do it their way? I mean, that's having fun at work, right?
That's having fun at work. That's bringing in an energy to where the client can then
That's
have fun
right.
at work, because no one wants to come and spend hours upon hours upon hours at the dealership and then knowing that they're going to spend $30,000, $40,000, $60,000. All of that should be fun. All of it should be
Amen.
fun.
You know, we believe, and we have this thing called Make It Happen Mapping, and one of the biggest steps, and the very last one that we tell everybody, even our sales staff when they're at work, is mandatory fun. If you're not having fun at work, you're missing something, because it's very easy to get caught up in all the garbage that happens, because no matter what we do for a career, there's always some kind of garbage there. You know, but at the end of the day, if you truly look and sit back and pay attention to what we're doing in automotive and what you're doing in automotive and what so many dealers are, is we're helping people. We're truly serving the communities, helping them achieve dreams, find their dream car, get a car,
Yeah.
find financing, trade out of negative equity. You know, whatever the situation is, we're the problem solvers for them. So have fun with your customers, because they want to remember their experience. Because if they don't, guess what they're not going to do is come back and see you. You know, I'm in the business to sell somebody for the rest of their lives, not just the one vehicle I sold
Exactly.
today. So it's important that you have fun, but having teams like that, having people out there like that, enjoying it. I love the sisters. I'm so glad that they did that. It was awesome. We got Sean Hicks saying, shout out to the best in the biz. Keeping
What's
it.
up?
Delaney.
Oh, that's one of my old reps. Hi,
Killing it,
Sean.
Delaney. That's awesome.
What's up, buddy?
That does feel good to see that from your friends. You know,
That's
when
awesome.
you see people out there, shout out to you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Way
Hi,
to connect with
bud.
us. Love, right?
Represent.
But you know, it is. You know, folks, listen. She is the internet sales manager at Leta Honda, right?
Leta.
This
Yeah.
is her email address right here. Throw some love. She's
Hit
on
me
social
up.
media and stuff like that, but this is probably the best way to reach out to her. Listen, don't get too weird. Just reach out and say
Don't
hello.
make it weird.
And if you have any questions about how she's doing it or about DriveCentric and you wanted to ask about her experience, please reach out. She's happy to give you any type of amazing referral about this
Yeah,
business. About
absolutely.
this, I'm telling you something. DriveCentric is killing it, and I really recommend them myself.
Very
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, every one of my dealers that use them loves them.
I think that there's a couple people here, I think, that are trying out to see if they want to use DriveCentric. And I think across the board by the end of this seminar this week,
They're going to be sold on.
yeah, they will be
on.
sold.
Well,
I don't know how you couldn't be.
Monique Hodge over here seems to be sold on you, saying, as someone who worked with Elyse, no one knows more about making the car buying process I think she may have.
And the morale at where I think the period has to
just
be there.
as fun.
Aw,
Just as
thanks,
fun.
Monique.
Thank you,
Mwah.
Monique.
Thank
Back-
you.
yes.
Thank you.
And I believe that. You know, it's cool when you get when you see that, but she actually said
Yeah,
the
there you
car
go.
buying process is fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and it needs to be. It's just it could, because everything is stressful. Every moment of it is like, it doesn't always go the way. And with interest rates as high as they are today,
Yeah.
car prices higher than they've ever been. I mean, heck, gas. I mean, everything that's out there. It's something that everybody has to make a little bit harder decision on. What are they going to sacrifice in some families' cases? So we got to make it fun for them, so it doesn't feel like a sacrifice. It feels like it's the best decision they could make. Because at the end of the day, it is. They need something reliable. They need people who care about them when they're purchasing it, and people could take care of them after.
Yeah,
And they won't believe that unless you're taking care of them and having fun with them during. So experience.
absolutely.
Heck yeah. Well, at least this has been fun. And as every episode of the Car Guy Coffee podcast has to go, we have to drop some F-bombs.
Okay, let's do it.
And we drop the F-bombs that don't offend the moms.
Okay.
And we forgive, we focus, and we fly so we can keep growing all the time. So
I
you
love
ready
it.
to do that with us?
I guess. What
All
am I
right,
doing now?
loud and
Okay.
proud. We're going to wipe off the weight of unforgiveness.
Bam.
We're going to focus and we're going to fly. We're going to
We're
say
gonna
it loud
fly.
and proud on 3. You ready? On 3. Say it loud. 1, 2, 3. Forgive.
Forgive.
Focus.
And
Fly
fly.
and keep growing, y'all.
That's right, everybody. Thank you so much. Now you're an official
welcome, guys.
subsidiary.
You're
so awesome.
welcome.
Car guys, car gals. I'm Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Frelinard, subprime hero.
And you've been Brewing Solutions on the Car Guy Coffee podcast. And we are at the headquarters of DriveCentric, enjoying DC
That's
23. And we have been Brewing Solutions with the one,
The only
Elyse Delaney. Thank you so much.
You're
We will
welcome,
see you
guys.
all soon.
Thank
Brewing
you.
Solutions, plenty more to
Bye.
brew. We will see you soon.
See you
We're
soon.
out.